Hey, this is Alex Albaran. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'm breaking down persuasion versus convincing in sales. And this could be for a business owner. Maybe you're doing your own sales or you're managing your own sales team, or even you're a sales rep and you're trying to improve your close rate and just overall perform at a higher level. And this is the number one difference maker of a good sales rep, or just if you're good at sales and excellent, outstanding sales ability. Essentially, if you're convincing a prospect, think of it like a pendulum. And if you're not watching this, if you're listening, think of the pendulum going back and forth, left to right. This is pushing and pulling. In sales, an excellent, outstanding conversation from a sales rep, it's a balance of pushing the prospect, but then pulling back and taking the offer away. But when people feel like they're convincing someone, they're pushing, there's no balance. They're just pushing the prospect to do what they want them to do so they can get a sale, so they can make money. The number one issue is that it comes off as desperate and you're doing it for your benefit. You're not trying to help the person on the phone. You're not trying to help the person sitting in front of you. It's coming off as very me. Like, you need to sign up because it's going to help you do this, it's going to do that, and pressure. But it's convincing. And when you convince someone, they feel like, whoa, this is okay. I'm pulling back because they're pushing so much. The sales rep, right? So if you're the customer, you feel like I need to think about this. It's almost like repulsive because it's coming off as so needy and so desperate, right? Going even back to middle school, high school relationships, think of the high school quarterback or the cheerleader, right? Like, maybe they had a lot of options and they didn't necessarily have to push to say, hey, you want to, go to the movies? If anything, they were pulling back more, saying, maybe I'll think about it. Maybe next week. I'm kind of busy this week. And again, when you're in sales, if you just are pushing, it makes you come off as needy and desperate, like you don't have a lot of options. So that mindset leads you to making them feel like, wow, this guy or this girl's like, they're trying to convince me to do this. They don't have my best interest at heart. And that's probably 80 to 90% of sales reps. And they watch the sales videos on YouTube and they, maybe they watch some sales movies and they think, oh yeah, like I need to do that. I need to just go for the close. Number one, you're going to get more complaints and refunds and chargebacks. Even if that person is a great fit, you made them feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting pushed so hard. I guess I have to do this to get off the phone or to get out of this meeting. But then it just leaves a bad taste in their mouth. And so again, I'm just listing all the negatives of what you may be doing and just trying to convince the prospect. Again, just to keep it simple, you're probably coming off as desperate, needy, and you're thinking of, how is this going to help me? And the prospect can feel that. So as you're pushing, you're driving them away. But remember, the excellent, outstanding rep at this level, they're pushing and pulling. They're focused on, hey, I want to help you, the prospect, make the best decision for you. And that might be not moving forward with my program, with my service today. That's definitely possible. Not everybody you speak with is going to be a great fit today for that offer and they're going to sign up. It's not the way reality works. So play into the reality and say, hey, let's have a conversation today. I'm going to learn more about you, learn more about your situation, see if what we do is a good fit for you, and then we can go from there. So again, you're not coming off as desperate, number one, but you're also saying, hey, we're on this call to see if we can help you. You have a problem. Let's dig into the problem. Let's see if our solution is even a good fit. And if it is, then we can discuss making that decision together, right? So again, you're persuading them to do what is best for them. And they can feel that because, again, you're not coming off as desperate or needy, number one. But number two, when you're persuading them, you also have more flexibility to challenge them. The issue with a lot of salespeople is that they act like they're a Four Seasons or Ritz-Carlton, front desk concierge, meaning they're just trying to do whatever the prospect wants to do. Like they're letting the prospect control the call. They're answering any question the prospect wants. They're not bringing the prospect through a structured conversation, but they're also not challenging the prospect. Like if I'm a health coach and a prospective client is telling me they've tried everything before, they don't know how to diet, they don't know how to work out, they don't have consistency, they don't have accountability, I'm going to say, okay, I hear you. And then as we get towards the end of the call, and if they say, you know what, this sounds good, Alex, but I'm just going to do this on my own. You can say, no. I mean, if you want to achieve this outcome, you've told me before on this call what you've been doing for the last 10 years hasn't worked and isn't going to work. So let's speak the facts. If you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. Again, I'm pulling back. I'm taking this offer, these AirPods. This is the offer. I'm taking it off the table by saying, you know what? Maybe this isn't a good fit. I mean, you told me you were motivated. You're ready to take action. You need to achieve this outcome of maybe, again, it's losing weight or being healthier. Maybe it's, oh, I want to save more money. Maybe in business, I want to make more money. Whatever you're selling, whatever their outcome is, saying, hey, you told me at the beginning of this call you don't know how to take care of your money, take care of your business or your health, but you want to keep going that route. Maybe this isn't for you. So see, you're pushing, then you pull back. And what happens when you pull back, that draws them in like bee to a piece of honey. And they say, well, actually, I'm interested. Whoa, I'm interested. So, and then they might bring out their real objection. Maybe it's price, maybe it's payment structure, maybe it's timing. You might have a great lead who they're not going to be ready to sign up right now, but maybe they can in 2 weeks, But if you just are constantly pushing and convincing, you're driving them away and you're going to lose a lot of good deals, or you're going to sign people up that would have been good deals, but then they might refund or charge back because you're just driving them to, again, like out of almost like uncomfortability, sign up on the spot, where maybe if you gave them a day or two, or again, maybe if you said, hey, you told me you want to take action on this, so maybe this isn't for you. I mean, you said you have the money, you have the time, you have the motivation, this is a great fit. So what's really stopping you from moving forward? And again, you're speaking out of concern because you're persuading them to say, hey, you want to go from point A to point B in whatever it is you're discussing, but now you're making decisions or you're bringing things up that aren't going to help you go from point A to point B. And again, you're speaking almost like you're like if your cousin was making a bad decision, you're concerned. You're not pushing aggressively. You're pulling back and saying, hey, well, I mean, this is really only for people that are serious about achieving their health goals. I mean, based on our conversation, I think that's you. But the way you're approaching this now, it's a bit of a 180 from what we were discussing even 20 minutes ago. But you tell me, do you feel like this is a need, like something that you have to do? Or maybe it's something that you're interested in. Maybe you're interested in losing the 30 pounds. Maybe you're interested in growing your business. I thought you were committed, but you tell me if I'm wrong. So again, that's persuading. And again, persuading might say, hey, I think you're an amazing fit for this, but I think based on your finances, your timing, your commitment, I think maybe we should talk again in 2 weeks. And they'll be like, really? Wow. And again, you're giving them the opposite experience of what they expect in a salesperson, right? They expect the push, the push, the push, and it gives them an out to just pull back and say, let me think about it. I need to talk to my spouse. I need to do this. I need to whatever, just so they can get off the phone because they expected you to act that way. Whereas if you say, you know what, I think you could sign up right now, but I think you should talk to your husband or wife. I think you should take the weekend so we can, and come to the call Monday with a list of questions and we can dive further into it then. Because I want you to feel like you're 99% sure. Right now, I feel like you're 90% sure. And it's gonna shock them like, wow, that actually does sound good. No, thank you so much. And again, it's pushing and pulling. It's balancing this pendulum. That is outstanding. That's an outstanding ability. Whereas most people in sales, you can be good by just pushing, 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 but maybe you start selling more expensive things. Maybe you reach a different type of clientele that they're not going to respond to that push, push, push. It works when you're selling maybe door-to-door pest control for $100 a month. But if you're selling a $1,000 solution, or maybe you're selling a $500,000 Rolls Royce, your strategies and tactics have to be more persuading them to make the best decision for them versus convincing them. That's the basis of this video. Most people, if you just take from what I'm saying in this video, you use the pendulum, you push and pull, and you play the balance of that, you will be way more successful. And I feel like your customers, based on my experience, your customers and clients will enjoy the experience more, the sales process, and they'll send you more referrals. Because they'll be like, hey, this guy Alex, like, he gave me, a week to think about it. We had another call. We discussed questions. It wasn't a pressure, like pressure cooker environment. It was, let me really decide that this is what I needed. And once somebody has that time, it's very unlikely that they're going to want to pull out or refund or charge back because they had enough time, they had the information, they feel like I came to this decision. And again, this may not work if you're selling things that are like kind of here and there, again, like pest control or something at the mall. Like I'm talking high level sales where somebody might need a week to think about investing $50,000 into a program or again, buying that $1,000, Porsche. Maybe they're just not ready to do it on the spot. So again, you have to understand what you're selling, who you're selling to. And in all sales though, persuasion is going to be more effective than convincing. Convincing is thinking about me, me, me. Persuasion is thinking about the customer and how is this going to help you? How is this going to set you up for success? And maybe your version of success isn't working with us. Maybe I can point you in the right direction. So if you have any questions on this, comment below. And I really appreciate you watching this video because, as I always say, and I didn't make up this quote, but sales and business, it essentially almost fixes everything. The original quote is sales cures all, but if you have revenue, if you have a lot of people that want to work with your company, you can have the money to hire people. You can hire somebody to help you with your marketing to bring in more people. Revenue is really the reason why most businesses fail. So in this channel, I talk about sales, I talk about marketing, I talk about things that will hopefully help alleviate that revenue issue in your business so you can impact more people, you can help more people, hire more people, and just build a more successful enterprise. So thanks so much for watching this video and have a great day.